Welcome back to Beyond Movies. I'm Callum. That's Kyle. And we've got some great news for you today. Just let me wheel my ass a bit closer.
I was gonna cut you in. I was gonna cut you so you come in a bit. Oh man. Oh, that's fucking class. That's made my day. Jesus. Yeah. Anyways, on a serious note, Sinners came out over the weekend, and Callum's been telling me it's doing well at the box office. It is now Monday, so we're getting all the box office numbers. I'm glad, first off, because we went to go see it. We did a review that looks like none of you watched. Thanks.
Game is game.
Game is game. But it's an amazing film. I'm pretty sure I rated it 10 out of 10.
So did I.
Yeah, it was.
Go watch our review if you want to know what we thought about it in full detail.
Because we don't fucking know. We don't know.
We were so drunk.
No, we had a couple berries. It had been a long day for Daddy. No, in all seriousness, though, the film is a genuine 10 out of 10. It is probably one of the best films I've seen in a good while. It's definitely movie of the year, and I really don't see any other movie beating that.
I'll give it this. It's I've had more time to think about it. For me, it's definitely the best film I've seen since Doom Part 2. Last year, which is a perfect film as well. So, and I don't even think I give that a 10.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, speaking of us loving it, thinking it's a 10, people went out to see it. $61 million worldwide, which is good for a horror film. It's on a $90 million budget. They did really, you could tell they really pushed with the marketing for this thing. So, let's say you got to double that for marketing, but maybe not so much. So, let's say 150 million. Right, to play it safe as like the whole budget for this film. Look, it's made 60 million. This is going to have very positive word of mouth. People are already going back to see it again and again. It's got an A cinema score, which is the first for a horror film ever. Ever. No horror film, Kyle, has ever had an A cinema score. And cinema score is probably like one of the most reliable things you can see when it comes to what the general going movie audience actual thought, because it's people there. You know, I'm pretty sure it's like a survey when they come out of certain cinemas, and they do a survey like that and actually ask people coming out of the film, what did you think? And it's got an A. So that's great as well. First horror film to ever do that in history. Also, a little note, Warner Brothers, at the moment, at the domestic box office in the US, has two films over $40 million, being Minecraft and Sinners. So that's great for them as well. Obviously, Sinners edged it out to get number one. But look, Kyle, where do you see this film going? It's got this amazing cinema score. It's getting all these amazing reviews, amazing word of mouth. Do you see it having legs? Do you see it maybe only having like a, I don't know, somewhat ridiculous, like a 20% drop next week?
It's hard to say. You know me, I'm not a numbers guy. I never have been. But I will say this. I think it will do... I'm hoping it'll do better. Not better, but I hope it will...
Look, it's got some competition coming next week.
Yeah.
It's got what? Accountant 2, and I'm pretty sure that other horror film as well, based off the game. Is it Until Dawn?
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that comes out next week as well.
See, I think that will, other than The Accountant, I think when it comes to like other horror flicks, alongside its release, I think this will still do better because it's, you know, it's Ryan Coogler, it's Michael B. Jordan times 2. It's people love a film that's like, you know, like almost like a period piece. People love that. You don't really you get a load of them. Don't get me wrong, but you don't get. I feel like you don't get enough these days that are good. Just the whole aspect of like they've not really shown anything in the trailers. You know, they do hint at certain things. Like I didn't. Like I remember you saying to me a good while ago, "Oh, this is going to be, you know, he's doing a vampire film. Ryan Coogler's next film is a vampire film." I thought, "Oh shit, that's cool." And then I didn't hear anything about it. And then the trailer came out, and I was like, "What's this about again?" And you remind me of vampires. Like, "Oh shit, okay, right." I did not get any of that from the first trailer.
Yeah.
The second and you know all the other stuff they show from the film, you can kind of figure it out. But I think the first trailer was done very very well. I don't think still a lot of people fully will understand that this is, you know, not just a horror film; it's a vampire film, vampire horror film. It looks, yeah, it's got some legs on it. Clearly, that you know, the marketing push was a good call. Get those early numbers in really
Yeah.
really well for the first
Like
weekend.
I said, an
And then-
R-rated film as well. That's
yeah,
made
and then
much money.
and then the record breaking cinema score of A and the high ratings it's getting on Rotten Tomatoes and all these other great. Well, I say great.
Review
these
aggregates
other-
and stuff like that.
This, yeah, is giving this movie pretty much a 9 out of 10. I see this helping the film. Positive word of mouth as well. People are going to be speaking to people like, "Oh, did you go see Sinners?" And you know, it's like, yeah, and it's fucking awesome. I've not seen anyone say one bad thing about this. Even the people that like to do their whole clickbaity shenanigans. I'm just not seeing anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing win after win after win. This is positive, best film.
Look, I think what this might have going for it is that they've clearly got an IMAX exclusive deal leading up to when Thunderbolts comes out. That's when I think it'll stop making money when Thunderbolts comes out. But look, The Accountant 2 is coming out next Friday. I was looking at showings. Sinners has got so many through the day. The Accountant 2 has 2 showings in our cinema. So it's clearly not a very massive release for The Accountant 2. So maybe Sinners beats it next weekend, which I think it will. Because I think the word of mouth is just that good. And people are going to want to get in to see it after the... I want to see it again next weekend. Look, we'll probably see Accountant on Friday, but I'd definitely say Saturday or Sunday we go back and see Sinners because we want to. It's just we haven't had time this weekend. You know, life gets in the way, but I'm 100% sure we'll be going back to see that.
100%. I would love to go see it again. And again, IMAX, if you get the opportunity to go see the film, go see it in IMAX if you can. Yes, it's getting a little out of hand with the cinema tickets for the pricing. I completely get that, but it genuinely, like, for a film this good and, you know, it deserves, you know, everything it gets, like, in the most positive way. But, you know, not just to help push the film's, you know, box office profit to go see it in IMAX. Just go see it because it is like so certain shots are you can tell a shot on the IMAX camera, and it looks amazing. Like it is like I was saying in the review, you know, some of the, you know, I don't want to say like CGI bits, but the bits that I'd be like, you know, say like one of the vampires floating up or whatever. It's like and the red eyes glowing. None of it looks fake. All of it looks believable. It all looks like that was shot like that. There's nothing that I go, oh, because there's a lot of things you can tell that's CGI. You can just tell, no matter how good it is. I think there's probably a good couple of examples out there, but what I'm saying is this just nails it. Aesthetically, music, characters, writing, everything. Sorry, it's a bit of a review here, but it's worth going to see it in IMAX because it's shot so beautifully, and the IMAX shots that are in this film look amazing. And yeah, it's not entirely shot in IMAX, which
I think that works better for it.
I think that, yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm shitting on IMAX or anything.
You got to think it was very
certain-
unheard of an entire film
Yeah.
being shot in IMAX before Infinity War and Endgame came out.
Yeah.
They were the first to do it, so yeah.
Yeah,
No, right.
it's
Sinners. Will
go
it
see it.
do? Go see it. I think it's going to win the box office again this coming weekend. Like I said, it's got some stiff competition coming, but I think it'll beat it. With all this positive word of mouth, I think it'll do good through the week leading up to it this week, and then come Friday, people are just going to want to see it again. So, hell yeah, I'm glad a film like this is doing well as well. People are like,
100%.
we want more independent films, more original films. Go see them then. And they don't. Look at Novocaine, Mickey 17. They've showed up for this. But then again, is that the star power of Michael B. Jordan? Because there's only one thing better than one Michael B. Jordan, and that's two Michael B. Jordans.
It is
So,
indeed.
yeah. Right. Anyway, let's get on to our next topic.